there is no such thing as ancient civilization.
Indeed so. Or no such thing as a lost civilization.
A lost civilization, right. No lost civilization. That's the right word.
Yeah.
And then number two is, there was a lost civilization.
By archaeologists who don't like my work and the ideas that I'm suggesting. When I talk about an advanced civilization,
new breakthroughs are uncovering something truly surprising. The green Amazon jungle we've always envisioned as pristine was actually inhabited by huge cities in 500 BC, with people laying down infrastructure in terms of roadways and agricultural networks. Then, in Petra, in Jordan, under the magnificent treasury building, archaeologists discovered a hidden burial ground with remains from a bygone civilization, which are enabling us to learn more about cultures we hardly knew existed. And are we not wowed by what is turning out in terms of Nasca lines in Peru? 2024 to 2025 breakthroughs are uncovering astonishing and highly detailed artwork which point to more sophisticated rituals. If you're new to our channel, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel to not miss this mind-blowing discovery, as well as the rest of the story to come. Today, in Ancient Earth 2026, The Forbidden Truth About Earth's Lost Civilization, we're uncovering these lost worlds that challenge the old stories of primitive humans scraping by in small groups. Thanks to incredible tech like lasers cutting through jungles and AI spotting hidden patterns, we're seeing advanced societies that were urban planners, ritual experts, and innovators way earlier than history books say. From the Upano Valley's hidden cities to Petra's buried tombs, these discoveries prove our ancestors were shaping the world in ways that feel almost modern. So settle in, grab your favorite drink, and let's journey back together by the end. You'll be wondering what other truths are still buried out there. Ready? Let's go! When I first came across these recent discoveries, it really struck me how much we've underestimated our own history. Lost civilizations, long dismissed as legends or scattered myths, were real. They had cities, organized systems, and vibrant cultures long before we even imagined. Time, natural disasters, climate shifts, and nature itself had buried them into obscurity. But the wave of archaeological work in 2024 and 2025 is changing all that. These are no longer faint whispers of a hidden past. They're tangible signs of sophisticated societies, often far earlier than we ever thought possible. For years, we pictured early humans as small, wandering tribes. Now we're seeing a very different story. Densely populated areas, carefully planned settlements, and rich cultural life in places we once assumed were empty wilderness. It's a reminder that history is full of mysteries we've barely begun to uncover. And thanks to modern tools precise enough to reveal every hidden layer, we are finally beginning to see the full picture. 2024 and 2025 were absolute fireworks for archaeology. My friend, like the universe, had been holding back secrets and finally decided to spill them all at once. And these aren't small discoveries. They're rewriting maps, showing that lost civilizations thrived in places we never even imagined, with a level of sophistication that makes you stop and say, wait, really? From the dense jungles of the Amazon to the dusty plains of Peru, the carved cliffs of Jordan and the sunlit shores of Greece, teams of experts are uncovering evidence that paints an entirely new picture of human ingenuity. Every find connects to the next, each piece building this global story of ancient smarts, and I'll take you through all of them because they deserve the spotlight. They're that fascinating. For an example, take the valley of the Upano River in Ecuador's Amazon. This finding alone revolutionized our notion of the rainforest. For years, we had thought of it in its untamed form, teeming with animals and not a human in sight. But in January 2024, French archaeologist Stephen Rostaing employed a technique called LiDAR scanning that was equivalent to having X-ray eyes. The findings are astounding. 6,000 earthen mounds created massive city complexes with roads and irrigation channels dating back 2,500 years. This was no hidden tribe, but an advanced civilization with the capacity to support tens of thousands of inhabitants. This discovery upends the legend of the untouched jungle and was reported in Science Journal in January 2024. It is hard to fathom the degree to which this civilization was sculpting their environment so far back in history, and one does wonder if this civilization was but one among many in the Amazon. Next, swinging on over to Peru, just when we thought those Nasca lines were cool, they just went to a whole other level in a completely mesmerizing way. Remember those massive designs etched on the ground that we've been in awe of all these years? Well, in September of last year, scientists from Yamagata University, along with IBM's research scientists, managed to detect a staggering 303 never-before-sighted geoglyphs using both artificial intelligence along with satellite data, ranging from around 200 BC to around 500 AD. And check out these designs: whales, birds, and, of course, severed human heads, almost doubling what we thought existed, as described in a study published in PNAS. But what's with these severed heads, man? Could it be that they're connected with some sort of human sacrifice or spiritual or whatever cycle of some sort, lending these designs way more significance than just additional art on a desert landscape, with massive groups working toward these? This totally points toward these people, these Nasca, who aren't exactly state-aligned as total master plans. Man, just thinking about what's behind these designs in that desert sand gives me chills. Now, let's head to Petra in Jordan, that iconic rose-red city that always feels like a dream. In October 2024, it became even more mysterious. Beneath the famous treasury, archaeologist Piers Kriesman used ground-penetrating radar to see what lay hidden without disturbing a thing, and uncovered a 2,000-year-old Nabatean tomb. Inside were 12 skeletons and burial treasures like jewelry and pottery. National Geographic and the New York Times hailed it as one of the most intact sites ever, revealing elite customs and social hierarchies, powerful traders and leaders receiving royal-style send-offs. Petra was already legendary for its rock carvings and ingenious water systems, but this discovery adds another layer of ritual and secrecy. With DNA tests underway, we may soon learn who these people really were and what connections they had. It's as if Petra is finally whispering its long-hidden family secrets. And speaking of whispers from the past, over on Crete in Greece, the Minoans are dishing out something that blurs the line between legend and reality. From 3000 to 1700 BC, archaeologists like Danai Kontopodi and Greek teams dug up this massive circular structure Tholos style, with a dome and a twisty, labyrinth-like interior that doesn't match any other Minoan builds we've seen. Fresh updates from Greek Reporter in 2024 and 2025 link it straight to the myth of the Minotaur's labyrinth from the Minos story. Was it for elite ceremonies, religious rites, or maybe even political gatherings? The Minoans were already sea experts with grand palaces, but this shows off their engineering and symbolic side like never before. No fancy tech needed here, just careful excavation, but it fits right into this wave of discoveries, making you wonder if myths hold kernels of truth from real wonders. These 2024 to 2025 finds aren't happening in a vacuum. They're a chain reaction showing lost civilizations were everywhere, organized and innovative on a global scale. It's like the Earth's been hiding these gems, waiting for us to get the right tools to find them. And those tools? That's where things get really exciting. Let's chat about the tech revolution for a bit, because without it, we'd still be guessing at shadows. Archaeology's come such a long way from just picks and brushes. Now it's got this high-tech edge that feels almost magical. And it's making our connection to the past feel so much more alive and personal. LiDAR, for one, is my favorite. It's like giving the ground a full-body scan. Those lasers penetrate thick forests and vegetation, uncovering buried cities without a single shovel. It's revealed the Upano Valley wonders, mapped Maya sites in Campeche, Mexico, and even peeled back Southeast Asia's jungles to show hidden structures. Efficient, green, and game-changing, imagine flying over and suddenly seeing ancient roads light up on a screen. Artificial intelligence is the smart cookie in the mix, crunching huge amounts of data to spot things we'd overlook. In the Nasca lines, it teamed with satellites to find those 303 geoglyphs, uncovering ritual patterns and even helping read charred scrolls from places like Herculaneum. It's speeding up discoveries and making them accessible, like having a genius buddy analyzing everything at once. And ground-penetrating radar? GPR's the quiet hero for underground secrets, sending safe waves to detect tombs and voids without harm. It nailed the Petra find and works wonders in Egypt's pyramids or Roman ruins too. National Geographic's 2024 to 2025 reports on all this tech aren't just hype. They're showing how it's bridging thousands of years, letting us touch our ancestors' world without erasing it. The future? Even brighter, maybe drones or more AI magic. It's inspiring to see how a little modern spark is illuminating so much ancient fire. Looking at the bigger picture, what does all this tell us about human history? These aren't just fascinating stories, they're reshaping how we see ourselves. Dense populations thrived where we once thought the land was empty. The Amazon wasn't wild, it was carefully shaped by humans. Urban planning began far earlier than we imagined, with roads and farms in Upano supporting large communities. Non-state societies like the Nasca and Minoans weren't primitive, they were highly creative and organized, pulling off huge projects without formal governments. Rituals and religion were complex and global, from Peru's symbolic heads to Petra's elite burials and Crete's labyrinth. And our impact on the planet? Humans have been shaping the Earth since the very beginning, making today's environmental challenges feel like echoes from the past, teaching lessons we're only now starting to grasp. It humbles you, right? We're not the peak of progress. We're part of a long, creative chain of resilient people. These implications make history feel alive, urging us to learn and adapt. It's hopeful, too, if our ancestors built wonders against the odds, maybe we can, too. But man, the real hook is the stuff we don't know yet, the open questions that keep the mystery alive and have me hooked for more. Like in the Upano Valley, was it isolated or connected to other Amazon networks through trade or migration? More LiDAR could tell, but for now, it's tantalizing. Those Nasca severed heads, what rituals were they part of? Sacrifices for gods, war symbols, or something astronomical? The imagery suggests dark, deep meanings we haven't cracked. In Petra, DNA from those 12 skeletons could reveal elite lineages, diseases, or ties to distant lands. What surprises are in those bones? And the Minoan Labyrinth on Crete? Ceremonial for rituals, a power center for politics, or the spark for the Minotaur myth? Its uniqueness begs for deeper digs. These aren't dead ends. They're sparks for wonder, building suspense and inviting us to keep exploring. What do you think? Any theories bubbling up? To keep it all real and trustworthy, I always back this with solid sources you can check yourself. The Upano Valley details hit the Science Journal in January 2024, all about that LiDAR breakthrough. Nasca's AI expansion, PNAS in September 2024, courtesy of Yamagata University and IBM. Petra's tomb made waves in National Geographic and the New York Times that October, thanks to Piers Kriesman's team. And the Minoan Labyrinth? Greek reporters' updates from 2024 to 2025, fresh from the excavations. Tech overviews come from National Geographic's archaeology pieces those years too. Links in the description. Dive in, verify, and let me know if you spot anything cool. What a trip back through ancient Earth history, right? It's funny. We just completed a circle back around to those mind-boggling subjects we introduced you to. The Upano Valley Amazonian cities busting with activity and proof of human taming of the jungle well back in history. The Nasca lines enlarged geoglyphs giving us a side of ritual practices in Peruvian deserts we never considered before. The secret Nabatean tomb under Petra housed beneath the treasury, unloading secrets of a privileged class from Jordan, and the Cretan Labyrinth's real-world mythic inspiration for a building that showed some real magic. But those questions and answers lingering from our last season, networks and severed heads, DNA and mythic inspiration, they only leave us thirsty for more knowledge, don't they? If this sparked your curiosity or blew your mind, drop a comment below which of these lost worlds fascinates you most, Upano's roads or Petra's bones. Smash that like button if you're as hooked as I am. Share this with a history-loving friend to spread the wonder, and subscribe with notifications on for more forbidden truths. We've got tons more coming. Thanks a ton for joining me on this journey. It's been a blast uncovering it with you. Until next time, keep questioning the past and chasing those mysteries. Peace out and take care.